Good evening. My name is Wade Burleson, and I'm running for United States Congress from the great state of Oklahoma, District Number 3. We have just heard President Biden give his first State of the Union address. Before I give my response to what our president said, I'd like to express my thoughts and prayers are for those of you who are living in Ukraine, many of whom are my friends. I've been to Kyiv on several occasions, and Americans stand by you as you battle this invasion from Russia. The president focused on three things tonight in his address. First, Russia and Ukraine. I say to the president and to all of the career politicians who've been in Washington, D.C., 8 years ago this week, I spoke about Putin's desire to take Ukraine. At that time, I was not a politician. I was a writer. I have no career in politics. I've been a pastor. But if I'm smart enough to know that Putin had his sights set on Ukraine, at the same time, in the same year he was going after Crimea, we must all ask the question, where have our politicians been? A strong America is the greatest defense against tyrants in countries that will go after other countries to make them their own. Mr. President, you have basically declawed our military. You have reduced our fighting power. Our opponents are not afraid of you or your administration. The fact of the matter is, Putin never would have invaded Ukraine if he would have seen strength in America. We are missing that strength. And I believe we should do everything within our power to right the ship. The protection of our borders, the strength of our military and armed forces, that should be your highest priority. You can speak of justice and equity until you're blue in the face, but you will find Ukrainians are dead in the streets unless you do more to strengthen our military. Second, our president spoke about inflation as if it was beyond his control. Oil prices today passed $107 a barrel. Why is that? President Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline. Just a little over a year ago, we were energy independent as a nation. Now, we are importing gas and oil from Russia, and Russia is now our profound enemy. Why in the world, Mr. President, would you shut down energy production in the United States, our country, to make us dependent upon Russia, and then marvel at inflation? When the common American goes to the gas pump and finds that filling up his tank costs double of what it did just a year ago, inflation is not beyond your control. The fact of the matter is, Mr. President, you have caused inflation in our country. Finally, I'm telling you, Mr. President, though I respect all of our leaders and though I pray for you, and I'm sincere, I do pray for you and your family and for our country. I am sick and tired of you talking about COVID. You are suggesting we spend $1.9 trillion to fight COVID? Mr. President, the fact of the matter is you have lost your way. I do not know why big tech and big pharma and big banking are controlling this country. But Americans like myself are fed up. We do not want the United States of America encroaching upon our persons and upon our property. We don't want the government in our bank accounts, our backyards, and our businesses. We are smart enough to know what we need to do to take care of ourselves physically. We are smart enough to know what we need to do to take care of ourselves in terms of our businesses and our families and our children. We want the government to back off. So, Mr. President, I'm sorry, but I am tired of career politicians like you who have been in office for decades, and you act as if everything going on in this world is a shock to you. No, sir, you're the cause of it. I believe we must change our government by changing our leaders. And I am running for Congress to make sure we get rid of career politicians and we give a voice to common people like myself. God bless America and God bless the Ukrainians. And my hope and my prayer is that a year from now, inflation will be gone, Russia will be silenced, and the government will back off when it comes to mandates. That is my prayer. For that to happen, there must be a revolution at the ballot box this November. And I believe it's coming.